And we've got a lovely French crowd that would love to see G2 propel forward.
Yes, indeed. Thank you to the desk throwing out all the statistics. I kind of appreciate that. I could see why that might be relevant here because NRG have looked really good on the last map. We'll see if they can continue this into Overpass. One of these teams making it to the grand final, and Tarek getting shut down. Cirque, he is in so much danger. There was even a flashbang that was being set up for them. It did nothing.
That was a setup and a half. The boost and the push at sandbags, that's a really tough thing to deal with for any T side that was going to go into that part of the map. That is just demolished. It's really even tough to fall back as well down that narrow tunnel once you see the push from sandbags. All that's left is this A hit. 3 on 5. You're going to have the full rotation coming in. Jackson Lucky evacuating the B bomb site. Flashbangs everywhere. Breeze somehow gets one kill. Gets a second. Kenny misses everything. Kenny's going to go down. He's got no bullets. Oh, he recovers. How is this happening? Everyone missing on this third map to start it out. And NRG has somehow put this into a 2-on-2.
Yeah, I don't know where the bullets are going, but they're certainly not connecting with any players on the other side, at least not after the first 5 seconds of the round. Now, 2-on-2. No bomb plant. Jax is low. Breeze is low, but I don't know. This could go either way. Next fight's probably going to determine it. Jax thinks about it. Breeze taking down Lucky, and that's the bomb. Jax now falling back. They have identical health. 1 bullet is all it's going to take. Double for Jax right now. Triple for Breeze. Can they start up with a bang here, G2? Or are they going to get shut down? Jax thinking about it. 20 seconds now. He's got a pretty good angle, but not good enough. Quad kill instead for Breeze. And NRG going to be picking it up.
Yeah, the timing just never there for Jax. Breeze somehow found a perfect moment to just slide out over to the truck. And every time Jax swung out for information and just peeked a little bit, he just barely missed the vision. I don't know how Breeze gave him the entries. Kenny is going to be furious with himself. We'll see. Kenny, despite how amazing Kenny is, he's had some trouble in high-pressure situations if you go back along his career. And
yes.
Here to start out a third map semifinal to get into the grand final, these are all shots. Those kills from Breeze come in because Kenny cannot land those shots from long, and that's a problem. 4 kills for Breeze. Probably shouldn't have had a chance in 3 of them.
Yeah, I agree. Well, this is, I don't know. It's unfortunate. Nice setup over long. No, nobody wanted to come. If you're going to do that setup, you know, do it like at the birthday party, you know, where you, maybe they wouldn't show up, you know.
Yeah.
Got balloons and stuff, might attract some people.
Getting some insight into Anders' childhood birthdays.
Listen, I had amazing birthdays, Moses. Did a lot of fun things.
Flash being set up from T-Spawn, and actually, Tarek's probably not going to clear that way. There's the Tink. That's got to be frustrating. But Ethan is here to pick up the slack with the MAC-10. Flashbang does come out. Oh, they're going to lose a lot of players here, and Ethan not aware of the position of Shock. Cirque finding one more. No weapons are going to be able to be saved by G2, but they've actually done great damage, all things considered. 3 kills in the round is not bad whatsoever. 2-0 though for NRG. You still sticking with G2?
Yes.
Okay.
I am. Slow, little bit of a questionable start for my man Kenny, but he's going to bring it back.
He's going to bring it back. Well, he's got the AWP in hand, so if you're going to bring it back, you might as well start now. No armor on that. Shocks with 450 chooses to pick up a kit instead of any kind of nade. Kenny's going to get aggressive as well, and oh, it's a big knockout punch over towards the B bomb site. And aggression at A means the reinforcements are so far away, but good utility damage might soften them up enough for a few double kills. Daps jumping over the top with that MAC-10. He's found the first entry.
Yeah, I think no head armor on Lucky, so he goes down really quickly. A backup is being called for, and NRG, that's a great Molotov to force Jax out. Very uncomfortable position to be in right now. A flashbang could get him killed almost immediately. He's back down low, though. Shox picking up 1, and a great follow-up with a double there. Missed opportunity, but Shox is going to continue. Triple for the captain right now, and it's all on Tarek here. 1 versus 2. Locked inside of the bomb site. They have a kit on Shox as well, and the flank is going to be coming in. Amanek, who had a terrible time on train, going to be helping out here to secure the round. As Shox doing a lot of work in that round.
It really was. 3 kills, and the frags to even open up the possibility of retaking that bomb site. Well played from him, and that kit coming in importantly as well. NRG used a lot of Molotovs to take that bomb site to clear Jax out of that position, and they all got overextended and just free kills for Shox. As the smoke clears, Ethan is not in a safe position. That's a great headshot. The follow-up onto Cirque, just tapping away so patiently and then responding to the action in sublime fashion.
Now that wasn't the easiest shot for Kenny to hit, but he did miss it also. So I'm just saying, you know, if we are thinking about this as a high, you know, high-pressure game and looking at his performance, which I'm not, maybe we should. Ooh, he gets the jump up. Actually, yeah, they're going to be pushing pretty quickly here. And he misses the chance. That does leave Amanek slight bit alone. Flashbang there.
Kenny's got one more flash. If he wants to stay at long, he can actually flash when Amanek calls it. There's the flash I just talked about, and Amanek doesn't take advantage of it. So he's got to manage. There's no one watching his back.
Shox is here, though, and he's got a flashbang, too, but this is kind of all or nothing right now. If they lose this long position in both these players, that's going to be a big issue. Oh, Amanek! That is huge. You're right. Nobody covering from behind him. Shox went down, and Amanek could still go the same way, but the initial hit is great, and then... Was there a flashbang? Oh, that was behind him. Definitely Amanek! How does he get 4 people with almost no help at all?
Yeah, I have no idea. Even Cirque just getting legged. Kenny nailing a nice shot to bring Cirque down to 20 HP. Tarek just had to be patient. He had 2 teammates coming in bathroom from behind. He just had to wait a little bit longer. They weren't quite in position to trade that properly, but what a god-tier performance from Amanek. That's so difficult to do. Multiple angles, no help from your team. Shox was even moving up into position, but Tarek was watching that angle. So for Cirque, you're hoping to get one more kill. It'd obviously be brilliant if you could find Kenny and take that AWP away from him.
We see Crossfire in the bomb site here. He had the right idea, but Amanek obviously the hero of this round. We do often see it for some reason when people are holding bathrooms where Amanek was, that the T side don't flash their way into it. And it's a problem because your shadow is going to be, you see it right here on the replay, shadow is going to be showing. Without a flashbang, a lot of the time the CTs can get a pretty good hold. Now, the fact that he got 4 kills is kind of out of control.
That was a bit much, wasn't it? This kill onto Tarek, and then he builds upon that. We have some aggression from the CT side towards Fountain. No real danger in it. Only pistols, only Glocks, actually, for the NRG side. No armor, no utility. They were really hurting in their economy. So G2, that is a great couple rounds to start the winning ways on your CT side that give you plenty of money and a big economic advantage.
Yeah, the chants are building up. The crowd loving it. That doesn't work out, but everything about it I love.
Kenny got a kill he wasn't aiming for, so he'll take that.
Yeah, and he missed the guy, shot another one.
Shooting at the one jumping and got the guy on the ground.
Yeah, shrug your shoulders at that point. Like, yeah,
I'll take it.
Just to remind everybody, if you just tuned in, you're just joining us, there's another semifinal coming up as well.
Yes, Team Liquid taking on Mousesports later on in the day. That's going to be brought to you by our good friends Henry G and the Machine. But we're looking at a world where this could be an all-NA Grand Final or an all-European Grand Final.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Hard to say how that's going to work out. I don't know, that the second semifinal is also going to be amazing, and I look forward to all of it. You guys should as well. Jax pushing his way through. Oh, and with a little bit of backup, but that got absolutely caught. It's very common that there's only going to be one T outside of that B bomb site, so the gamble kind of makes sense, but this was not one of those rounds.
It's a cool idea, though.
Yeah.
We've seen G2 and in various iterations of the lineup really enjoy that kind of aggression and be successful with it. So, good way to get some information, obviously coming out on the losing end this time, but they have an advanced position in Shock, so they still don't have to dedicate a whole lot of manpower to the B defense quite yet.
Yeah, and look at the flank. So Amanek could be flanking them. This could work. But otherwise, I was going to say, this is the real test for Kenny now.
Ooh, but he's going over towards the B bomb side. He'll only find Ethan
So are
here.
they.
Oh, this is bad for Shocks, though. They're making noise. Shox has to manage 2 different angles. If Almanac can get this kill before the door opens up, Shox is going to be in a much better position because Almanac can at least clear out his flank. Here's Ethan. He's going to throw the utility and the evacuation out the door. They don't expect Shox, and he can control the spray. Of course he can. It's just Tarek. He gets the kill, but he's left with 4 HP.
There's nothing he could do. There's a Molotov and an HE. The grenade still left, but it won't even be needed. Almanac picking up that second one. Oh, man. They got wrecked so badly from that first kill.
You have to appreciate the performance and the activity of Almanac on this map early on in this game. He's 11-3. He had a horrendous train experience. He'll want to forget about that map for a long time, but he's making up for it here early on in Overpass in this third map. Almanac on train had 4 kills total.
Yeah, that won't cut it, will it? That's not enough. You're not good. That's not a passing grade.
Even better if you're a G2 fan. On train, Shox and Almanac combining for 9 kills, 17 between the two of them on Overpass in just 6 rounds.
Yeah, so they've really stepped it up. Ooh, okay. They did lose Lucky. Yeah, that's great news. You imagine how hard it is between, map 2 and 3 to go outside and, get a little bit of fresh air and then say, okay, I played horribly that game, but I can't think about that anymore. I've got to get back in and make up for it. That's really a skill that actually takes us a while to learn, and some people never really do. Kenny, see if he can get that AWP warmed up here on the A-bomb side. That would be really big. Missing a shot, but he's got some backup here over at long. So probably not going to get easily run down. They are just going to continue until they run into Shox.
Well, they've run into him. They've run into the Almanac and Jax as well. And Tarek, that's a big kill. He can save the weapon, although might try and go for this. Get fortunate. Oh, he's got a great flashbang. He's found a kill, but Kenny's put him down. That is an important response. Tarek could have toyed with them for a little bit longer on that bomb and made things really, really spicy. A 5th round for G2 and a 3-round lead over NRG.
So I would say we are off to a good start for G2, but it's not so good that you would just say, well, they can totally relax.
No.
Losing a fair few people in some of these rounds. Crowd's loving it.
Absolutely. This is the first time out being taken for NRG, though, as they talk over exactly how to bounce back and get back into this game. They've got, that plant helps massively. They have all the weapons they could want, all the utility they could possibly want as well. Now, we saw the way they responded on Dust 2 with adversity. They're not going to be put out of this map whatsoever.
No, seem like a really strong team in that sense. If you are, they know by now that Kenny's AWPing A. They probably knew that already from previous games. Do you take that into account if you're NRG? Right now he's not hitting all the shots, so maybe you think about that, or do you just say no, we're just gonna play our own game? No,
you don't take into account that he's missed a couple shots because you know how good he can be. They've experienced it. Obviously, both of these teams, we saw it on Train, did some research into each other, so some confidence in the pregame interview about Overpass. Almanac, it's going to get hot in here. Oh no, he switched away. He's just going to straight burn. Oh, what a mistake for as good as he started this map. Great flick from Kenny. He's trying to get away. There's opening the door. Look at this crunch from G2. It's a thing of beauty. Even with the mistake from Almanac, and now it's Ethan, who's got to try and equalize. He's found one, but everyone on the map is split up, and no one has an idea where the next action is. It's Breeze to take advantage of the craziness, but Kenny, I think he might have spotted an angle. He's got the shot.
That is a critical shot. If instead Kenny goes down, and remember, he's only on 20 health, then they lose the A bomb site. The 2 people down on B can't even get there to stop the bomb plant. Oh, and actually now NRG might be walking into, well, the most fortified part of the map here. Lucky and Shox waiting. They don't have any grenades, but double Orc going to be scoped on that L-bend. They have a couple of smokes. If they throw them, G2 are going to be super ready. If they don't, well, they might just walk right into it.
The tough part is NRG's not going to want to use a flash for this. They want their plans to remain hidden for as long as possible, which means Lucky is so safe to just sit in that corner. Yeah, they're starting to love it. They're starting to build up into this 6-2 That crunch into connector is so cool. That opening of the door when the action is there. Kenny has the brilliant flick. NRG has already burned out Almanac for the mistake of switching away from the smoke. Don't quite know how that happens.
How, like, what's your level of gratitude at that point, Moses, if you're Almanac and your teammates make up for it? You're like, oh, I just made a huge mistake, and they turned it around.
It's huge. It's, yeah, you're really thanking your lucky stars. That's what teammates are for, though, Andrews.
It's very true. Spoken like a real, you know, what it's called, like one of those after-school specials. You love to hear it.
It's like one of those lessons you learn at the end of an episode of G.I. Joe's.
I think that's what Friends are for, is a Beatles song. So, you know, we're all on board with that. Kenny, a lot of pistols in front of him. All kinds, in fact, trying to see if they get closer to him. Flashbangs are working pretty well, but I think he's got a little bit of backup. Oh no! Shox and Kenny go down. That's a big giveaway. Amanek, can he save the day? He's got a lot of kills already. 13-4 on this map. And
what?
Oh, so did he not realize Jack's on the other side?
No, he knew he was in engagement. I think he just desperately wanted the AWP, and that was his undoing.
Well, let's see.
Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, especially in the game of Counter-Strike. Tarek, though, the Deagle, don't want to underestimate him. Trying to see if he can set it up, and I don't know. That looked like he had a chance to get that done. Jax with the triple instead.
Did he switch to the pistol like in the middle of shooting, or did he run out of bullets? Or I'm not sure what that was. Maybe with the dink, he thought it would be easier to clean up with the pistol. That gave Tarek maybe 2 more shots. G2 hold on to a really close round, 7-2. This is starting to get scrappy, but fortunately for G2, they have the money to survive some scrappy rounds.
This is a very scary round, you're right. Could have gone any which way.
What is that? Why is he having so much fun?
I think he's freaking out. I think Kenny's actually just on an emotional roller coaster. Because they're doing good right now. They're 7-2. It's a nice job, but I think he's simultaneously, I think he is freaking out a little bit at the prospect that, you know, they're about half a map away from a grand final. It's going to be Amanek taking down Breeze out at long. Man, he is making up for that train game. What a hero.
On the other hand, NRG seem to be losing a bit of focus. Yeah, they're peeking right into exactly what Lucky wants. That flashbang is about 3 seconds too late. It's getting ugly. Another timeout certainly in store for NRG after this.
If you take a timeout this late in the half, at least... Okay.
They already took 1.
Yeah, they did.
But, I mean, the real problem is, you know, yeah, it's 10 rounds into the half, but you need more than 2. And you're not even in a lot of these rounds.
Well, my point was just going to be, if you take out a timeout in round number 4, it's not like you're going to be saying, hey guys, what happened in like the first 3 rounds that we've learned that we could do something with? Like, that's more like, hey, everybody calm down, right?
Yeah.
Take a timeout now when you've played 10 rounds on the T side. There should be a little bit of a conversation about, you know, hey, has anyone found like something that looks like a weakness? Any kind of a pattern that, oh, that's so nice. We need that at the beginning of rounds, not like this at the end. No scope doesn't work. Kenny will pick it up and even.
Yes. Yes, Kenny.
Stomping on him.
I love it.
That was the most violent teabagging we've seen all year.
That was a very aggressive teabag.
Just dunking.
Steeping.
Yeah. We'll hold it for now, but...
8-2. I mean, here's the thing. If I'm NRG, I agree with what you just said, but at this point, I think NRG need that timeout, not even for any tactical reason. I think it is more of that everyone calm down and everyone get refocused, because they're not trusting each other. They're not throwing flashbangs for each other, even when they have these full buys. Lucky's been so effective in a position that is the most susceptible to flashbangs. Breeze is not paying attention to any possibility of a push out towards long in that previous round. Everyone seems to just be kind of thinking of the next step without actually getting there.
You know they could do it, NRG. They've already proven that today. Now they need to do it, and it's going to be right now. 8-2, not looking good right now for the American side. Bit of a counter grenade there, putting out the Molotov towards the barrels. No one is there, but that is still very distracting when you're on the T side. Now trying to put the bomb down, and actually the recoil climbing slowly and taking down Tarek.
Oh, that might be a little overbold, a little over-aggressive. Going to try and retake, but it's working in their favor. Shox goes down. Lucky and Kenny has to follow up. Breeze is going to be smoked off. He sees the vision before the smoke blooms, but Daps has no idea where to look next. G2 have all the answers, and their reign continues. It's been 9 in a row. NRG have yet to win a gun round.
They are really struggling, aren't they? Timeout. You mentioned it earlier. We'll see now. Like, this is where I feel like if I was an in-game leader, I would love it if somebody had like that little bit of insight, you know, saying, hey, by the way, I've noticed, you know, they're not throwing this flashbang that they normally do, or they're not molotoving the monster tunnel, or they're not doing like anything that you could say. Let's build something around that, you know?
Right.
Because if you're Daps and you have to do it on your own, I mean, you can't really see the whole map, obviously. Like, you actually need your team to do something to help you out, because this is critical. Look at the timing. He was actually shooting at his feet, and I think the recoil just climbed up to catch him.
And NRG never had a chance after that to even get the bomb down whatsoever. Yeah, that's great from Jax. He's been so good in this series. Almanac still leading the way on Overpass, 15-6 for him. Deep nade, and it's just pistols again for NRG. Although, to be fair, these have been some of the most close and interesting rounds that they've put out, is these rounds.
Yeah, right, you are. Although I don't know if we should be celebrating that necessarily. That's very commonly a sign that things are not going well for your team. Amanek. Got a crossfire up there with Kenny. He's going to pick up 2, and Kenny will find 1 more. And could have been maybe a flick there. Kenny's so hyped to get this one, maybe too hyped, in fact. I'm going to be shot in the face. Does bring Breeze down to 4 health. I don't think he can make it out of this. It's hard for him to win this fight against Jax. I don't even know how you would do that.
I don't think you can. I'm not sure what his plan is entirely. He could, if he wanted to, with the losing bonus, save the AWP. He wouldn't obviously get any bonus, but he could drop that over. They're going to have the AWP anyway, so he just wants to make sure that if G2 wants it, they have to reinvest. That's a smart play with only 4 HP. But he's not going to get anywhere. Keep in mind, there's just not a whole lot of fragging production coming out for the North American side. When you consider Breeze had a quad kill in the pistol, and he has 9 total, so he's only had 5 in the past 11 rounds. No one in double digits yet for NRG, and all the skill and all the talent and ability on these players, to not have anyone in double digits is a pretty telling thing. Meanwhile, Almanac at 17 kills, Jax at 11, Lucky at 13. Shox and Kenny are at the bottom of the scoreboard in this game. That's a GIF.
That is another GIF, isn't it?
Someone make that right now and tweet it to the world. Get it in circulation.
Yeah. Never know where you'll be when the acid kicks in, Moses. I had to come up with a caption. That was the best that my brain could do.
That was the best you could do.
Yeah. It's exciting. I feel like I've seen so many tournaments over the last years of frustrated Kenny. Like, really, you know...
Especially, as we mentioned, in these high-pressure moments.
Yeah. So there is some kind of, you know, you could almost share a little bit in that feeling of him saying, like, finally, we're not on that end. Now, obviously, you really don't want to be celebrating this too early. 10-2 is an amazing scoreline, but don't take anything for granted here. Amanek overreaching. He gets taken down by Cirque. 5 versus 3. It's looking better for NRG in this round.
I don't mind that, though, from Almanac. He's had a good game so far, and actually the entire G2 defense was at the B bomb site, so he's trying to find information. Ethan is just...
No.
Did he fall? Did he burn? Did he hit himself with a nade?
Yeah, I think...
Well, production, you know what to do with that one. We're going to need a replay. But that is certainly a gift over to G2, a gift that they don't need. And now they have the read. 3 players at the same bomb site. And Kenny's got 2 flashbangs. And this hit comes in. Oh, he can be such a pain in the ass. There's very little utility on NRG.
Lucky. He actually got charged and stabbed with that AWP from Tarek, and they're going to win the round anyway. Team ace as well here for NRG. They did not cost them.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, excitement all around. We got everybody here.
He's in overalls. I haven't seen overalls in like 20 years.
You haven't? I feel like they were fashionable one summer. Or was it? I don't know. I don't know these things, Moses.
Okay.
I bet you look great in overalls.
I'd look phenomenal in overalls. 10-2-3.
What happened to Ethan?
There's a tech pause, so it kind of makes me curious. And Ethan's the one who called it.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was like out of shame. Maybe he's trying to cover his his mistake.
It could be like to erase the evidence kind of thing.
No one saw that, and it was obviously a problem with the computer.
Could have been a... Okay.
Well,
headsets are off. I was gonna say maybe he was on some sort of Mission Impossible type thing. His last name's not Hunt, but
it's not. Oh, I get you, Ethan. Yeah,
it was a stretch.
That's not bad. It's in a whole first name thing.
And there are a lot of ways you can go with that.
The pinnacle of comedy.
I know.
10-3, NRG finally put a stop to a 10-round run from G2. They need these last 2 rounds.
No, the crowd is it's going to be behind G2 even during the tech timeout here. They seem really excited. And whoever they're facing in their grand finals, whether it's Mouse or Liquid, man, that's going to be a rough game.
You have to say whoever wins this feels like they'd be underdogs against whoever comes out on the other side of that bracket.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely true. That's kind of a shocking kill for him to even get.
Back into the action. G2 just 6 rounds away from a grand final in their home country. Kenny S aggressive, misses just narrowly.
Yeah, they don't want to stick around after that. It's just a, I don't say it's risk-free, but it's low risk to try and take that shot and just fall back off the corner. My favorite setup to be hating on, one guy in corner and another guy, that's Kenny behind holding with the orb. If Kenny gets smoked out, then that means Amanek is completely alone. He also has no grenades or anything. It's going to be very tough to hold that corner. Now they bring in Shocks, and he has a flashbang. That makes me like it just a little bit more, but only a little bit.
I really don't have a whole lot of utility on the CT side. This would be a big round. This is the round that can get NRG back into things.
Just that smoke.
Oh, Amanek, he's got one. It's traded off on the other side of the map, but Kenny S is now chiming in, and Amanek's still going to be here. We know he's so good on this defense. He's brought Cirque to about half HP, who swaps back to the AWP. But Shocks, it's his turn. He wants to get involved in the action. He hears all these shots rattling off, and now he's in position. They have no idea. Looks like G2 is going to have a tenuous hold on the economy. They won't get broken, and that means a great chance at a 12-3 half.
Tarek, I think, they're slumped back looking into the ceiling. Not happy about all of it. Did get the no-scope leg. 11-3. And G2 taking very quick steps closer towards that grand final. Cheered on by the home crowd. Surviving on Dust 2. Really getting beat up on Train. And this is looking like a very revitalized team here for map number 3. And most especially Kenny, who is absolutely loving life at the moment.
He's living the dream.
Yeah.
He's having so much fun. Jackson, Lucky are waiting, and these positions, again, there's just not a lot of utility for the NRG side. These flashbangs have to be perfect, and they haven't been great for NRG.
There's 4 people here.
Yeah, I mean, this is G2 is reading everything about this.
They've got the counter flash there on Lucky. If they come for the monster tunnel and that flash lands, that's it. There's actually just nothing more to fight about.
Even if they get the entry, there's still 2 more players.
Almost in time. Now they stack up on top of each other. That is so much damage. Breeze, I mean, a single bullet, I think, away from being gone. Don't know why the grenade didn't do more, but again, that's... They didn't even make it through the tunnel.
No, not at all. That's a good aggressive peek, and you can do that aggressive peek because, as I said, there's 3 players there. No worries if you die. You have plenty of teammates to back you up. Here comes the hit, the re-aggression. Breeze finds an entry, an unlikely one, but Amanek and Shox still waiting around. Shox in the water, and Amanek just hiding.
Yeah, but it's so good that Shox showed himself. Like, they saw that from the L-bend, so that means they're not going to check. Amanek picking up 2 big kills, and the final one there, triple on him. He is doing remarkably well. Yeah,
who can even remember Train at this point? Amanek 21-9 in the first half of Overpass, and that powers G2 to a 12-3 lead. Does NRG have another comeback?
Chasing all my dreams up lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. Different.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's G2 and NRG here, the first semi-finals and the Pro League finals. It's been amazing here. G2 playing in front of the home crowd on the final map, 3rd map, and they are looking so unbelievably good. It's 12-3 in their favor. I have no idea how NRG are going to bring this back.
Yeah, they seem shell-shocked at the moment. This lead from G2 powered by 10-5 advantage in the opening kills and the opening duels. They have been overwhelmingly dominant And look at this pistol. Almanac is feeling it at the moment. He is making up for Train, and he's got some good damage. Kenny's going to find that kill. Tarek can't land any shots. Ethan is going to do it for him. Jax goes down, and Tarek, this is actually a pretty safe engagement to take at long range, and he's finally found Kenny. And finally, G2 give up that battle.
Now, they're going to be smoking heaven, and Shox, they're here pretty quickly, but Shox, yeah, he kind of wants to move in. I can understand that. He wants to check out the bomb site. Now the bomb's going to be there, and the whole rotation. Oh, what a shot from Daps. That might have just done it. They needed him to stay alive, lucky. Shox turning for it. Amanek in a 1 versus 4 for all of 1 second. Turns it into a 1 versus 3. He's got a minute. He should not be able to win this. Doesn't mean he can't, but...
If he does, what a heroic performance this would be to put in to log in on the 3rd map of this semifinals. He's going to engage Ethan right here, and Ethan's going to take him out before he can do anything crazy. Almanac overall in this series has been -15 in his kill-death ratio, but he's +12 on Overpass. So if you want to talk about delivering when it matters most, that's your guy right there.
Yeah, he really had a lot of amazing plays on this final map. Losing the pistol round should be fine for G2, but obviously for NRG, that is the beginning of some kind of foundation. Really not had any traction at all on this map, so it's got to start somewhere, I guess. Okay. Oh, wow. Yep, that grenade. They were setting up for the flashbang as well. And then they got nuked. What's Shox? Fallen in a coma? Is he all right?
Yeah, I think he's okay.
All right.
I'm just having a chat.
You're just...
Staring blankly into the distance with the flash lined up.
Yeah, even when they came back, he just kept looking like, I'm going to flash them in any minute now.
Well, he's going to throw a flash. I don't know if it'll get Ethan. Not at all, actually. He's got a triple kill. He's got 3 very easy, very quick kills. A lot of bonus money behind it. No reason to celebrate yet. A big comeback still needs to be made, and you can see once the NRG boys realize it's unarmored pistols, they all went in on the action. They all want to pad the stats a little bit.
Yeah, you could understand why. 15 and 12, sorry, 15 and 5, 12 and 5. I'm doing the math thing, Moses.
Yeah,
Very confused.
Yeah, you didn't do great with that. I was wondering which player you were rattling off their scoreline to, and then
none of them.
It was none of that.
I was looking at the numbers while I was reading them, and still getting confused.
That's what made it so confusing, is that you were just reading. All right, Tarek and Cirque. Superficial aggression, just to throw out some utility and backing away. Cirque doesn't have his AWP out yet, and actually an advantage in terms of weaponry on the G2 side. 5 AK-47s against 3 SMGs and a pair of FAMAS.
Lucky clearing all of this on his own. That could actually be super risky, especially in a bonus round like this. It's not uncommon that those SMGs would be flashed in to try and take some close peeks. But no such thing has happened yet. Instead, this A-bomb side, a likely candidate for some kind of showdown here. And my God, NRG, they need to win this one. They have to start turning this around. Otherwise, it's going to be too late. And they vacated the bomb site, going out on long for a setup. And that actually gives the bomb plant here to G2 without a single bullet being fired. And now it's a retake. Down at B, Lucky's holding at least part of them, or at least one of them. And that's actually Daps who has a Molotov. They need this. Kenny, perfect timing for the peak, taking down Cirque. He's going to continue the spray and dropping Tarek for a big double kill. And that makes it 4 on 3. They're trying to flash their way through the smoke, and that is just not going to be working out.
This is a big, costly mistake from NRG in the way they rotated across this map. That's way too easy. You cannot be getting up a bomb site that easy when you're down 5 to 12. You could see Tarek really wanted to stick around for a fight, but Ethan wasn't there. He didn't rotate back quick enough. There was no one to take attention away from Tarek inside the site, and he just did not feel comfortable with that. Because there's no resistance in the bomb site, Kenny obviously very aware that a flank is coming in. The only option to defend is to push through long and rotate through bathrooms. That was just a disaster destined to fail from the start.
Yeah, they left the door open for that one, didn't they? Didn't put the lid on the cookie jar, Moses. Hey, all those things.
You're all about fingers getting caught in things recently. The door thing, the cookie jar.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Maybe I could get Maniac to analyze some of that for me later on. Do some sort of analysis.
You shouldn't want anyone to know what's going on inside your head.
It should be worse for him. Oh, nice shot. Kenny, though, will go down. Cirque equally great with that AWP. I would say
It's a fine trade.
Careful about lingering around out there. Makes it back.
That's a fine trade for G2. They have control of Long, control of Fountain and Playground. And the staircase that Lucky is in. Breeze, though, it's a tough angle to deal with. However, G2 is all going to rotate back towards the B bomb site. So Breeze is kind of the information gathering point. Daps is rotating back towards A as well. NRG have no information. They're just relying on Breeze to find something, and he's actually not even taking that deep angle. If they just go through Monster...
Yeah, he won't know. And he also has a FAMAS, so spraying down 4 people is just really not easy. That is a really good shot. Tagged him in the face in the middle of that jump now. 24 seconds. And G2, man disadvantage, pushing onto the bomb side. Cirque up here. Can they get the bomb plant down on the other side of the pillar without any kind of a risk? They do run it right in there. I mean, you normally don't see the bomb planted in this position, but maybe it's going to be worth it. Does tag up Shocks through the sandbags. And now they're all around. This should be a pretty good retake. They have the grenades for it, a couple of smokes as well. No kit currently in the mix, so they need to be a little bit quicker than they normally would be. Amanek holding under the sniper spot, ready to take that shock. They've really taken a long time here. And when they finally get into it, it's Ethan and Daps to open it up. Shocks with a big double kill. And they have to all group up on him. And they're going to turn around for the defuse. Man, they could not spend another 2 seconds on that.
No, this is going to be close as it is. And yeah, there we go. Ethan's got it. Just could not get into better post-plant positions. They had no more utility. Everything they threw to get into the bomb site is all they had. And just not enough time, not enough space to move into better spots. They could not properly cover each other. Everyone kind of guarding 2 different angles very awkwardly. I think the real pressure of trying to hold that against that retake was Jax. Trying to hold those players coming out of sandbags, coming out of short. It's not a fight you necessarily want to take at that point.
No, I agree. I'd say a very scary round there for NRG. But they're kind of winning. I mean, they're winning the rounds at least. So even if some of them are close, it's costing them a fair bit of money. They are doing better in the second half.
Well, they're going to need everyone to come alive at some point during this half. You have Breeze at 17 kills, Ethan at 15. Cirque, Tarek are at 9, and Daps at 8. But to make a comeback of this proportion, everyone is going to have to deliver to some degree at a certain point, whether it's just double kill holding a bomb site, whether it's a clutch.
Hey, that was like a high five where you could hear the sound of it.
That make you happy?
It does.
Nice.
I need that.
All right, here we go. Boost up. He's going to get a chance to be effective in this position. 2 players at least coming in. This is a small...
Ooh, they're not going to flash.
They don't actually. Lucky gets away. Talk about Lucky.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's also the one that's going to be first into the bomb site with the Mac 10, so not really an enviable position. Somehow he's the one to get the kill, and actually does even more damage. I don't know how this is so effective. Running out of bullets is Daps, but everybody else from that CT side is going to be showing up, and nicely done.
I don't mind that from G2 whatsoever. A half investment for most players. Shocks pretty much fully invested into an AK-47, but they'll buy in the next round. Element of danger, and actually Almanac can get one more on here. That's a low HP. Only 10 health, and Tarek finally ends things from the flank, but that's economic damage that NRG doesn't really enjoy.
No, losing the money never really feels good. 13-7. 6-round gap is, I don't know, something they could overcome. Curious to see what they're going to try, G2. Even though they did only half invest, they don't really have a lot in this round. They are going to set up an early grenade, maybe to try and just bait out some of the utility. They do have Shocks on the other side, who is keeping an eye on any kind of a potential flank. And actually, they set up a smoke to land over at the bathroom, so they might just want to try and pull some people away. There are 3 people on that side. The B defense is very, very light at the moment. This could be a very, very good call here out of the Frenchmen. They're going to be jumping in. Nice shot from Ethan, but It's going to be a breeze returned upon immediately. Daps really quick. And that might have been the big thing here. They are there for any kind of a retake if they need to be.
NRG taking some big risks with this defense. That was a weak
boost.
one. Yeah, they have to. They need a way out. They don't have, again, the utility. They only have the one flashbang. They need to do something creative, and this might just be it. The flank is given up. Can they get the bomb planted? That's what would make this position from Shock so powerful. If they can put that bomb down.
Well, hold on. Kenny has a flashbang. Do they want to try and risk flashing Shocks in? Wouldn't that be something? Oh, it's going to be a little bit too soon. Kenny looking up there. Shocks as well. He goes for the fight, and he's going to take down Ethan at least. Grenade flying over the wall there. Kenny now trying to hold that angle. They don't know where Cirque and Daps are right now. Huge advantage here for NRG in the 1 versus 2.
That tells Shocks, though. The op shot lets him know that one's up top, and now he knows there's one of the flank who got the kill as well. So he has an idea. He has a small picture. He's just got to put the rest of it together.
Backing up with his back to that sniper spot. That's so scary. Jumping down. And he still gets it. I can't believe it. That should get you killed almost every single time. But instead, NRG relentless in the second half. Some of these rounds are so close. And they still keep fighting.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're going to rebuy into this, and it's not going to be great. Meanwhile, the losing bonus has been built up for G2, and that plant is going to help out in a big way as well. So they're going to have a very, very strong buy-in. NRG still on the verge of just getting completely wrecked in terms of money. Has been pretty desperate for NRG again. And I mean, another round, light defense on the site, most of it defended by a quick flank. Molotov holding everyone back from G2, but there's 4 players outside Monster. Shocks in the danger stairs. G2 really want to attack this bomb site and have Shocks be able to just be a nuisance here. Cut off the rotations, cut off the flanks. I think that's the adjustment from G2, saying, all right, we're going to do this again, but since they came from short, since they came from sandbags, I'll just be here to stop it. If that's how they want to defend it, Shocks can stop everything.
There's that same smoke that goes up towards the restrooms. Again, an indication that you're trying to fight for that part of the map, but you're right, they are still going for it. And there might be a pretty quick flank once again. There's a 3rd player on the bomb site early on, and actually they're going to counter flash their way out right before the hit happens. But they get wrapped on from Monster Tunnel, and lucky with 2 big kills. Cirque has to respect this and just wait it out a little bit. He's down to 17 health, and that is going to be round number 14.
No one ever put eyes on Monster. The 2 players getting aggressive on sandbags. That's very, very cool to get that kill on Almanac and even fight and hold Shocks back, but at some point you got to turn around. Not a 3rd player there for NRG to watch their back. And after the initial success, they just get slaughtered. And you must save these weapons.
Yeah,
G2,
that is critical.
I think G2 maybe realized it a little bit. Their money's not great either, so I don't think they want to be dedicated to the hunt, but sending 1 player out just to try and find Cirque at the end.
Well, if you look at the amount of players that have survived for NRG in the last, I don't know how many rounds, some of them, like a bunch of them were like, what, 2v2s, almost all of them?
It's been 2 NRG players surviving each the last 4 rounds.
Yeah. That's a problem. And we kind of see the effect of it here.
You have to buy. If you're
Yeah.
NRG. 8-14. You have an AWP and you have an AUG. You have to surround those 2 weapons with as much as you possibly can in order to stay in this map, in order to stay in this series, in order to stay in the semifinals.
That's what they're fighting for right now. And honestly, I don't know. They were starting to put together, I think, a really respectable comeback. And I remember the first half was devastating for them. So 14-8, I think that's not bad at all. But I don't know. It would be even more heartbreaking if it was the money that ultimately, you know, caused the downfall here.
Yes.
Which, that's a likely scenario.
That's looking like it. That's exactly what's going to be happening. Back to the B-bomb site we go for G2, wanting nothing to do with A, and they're just going to rush it. Oh, this is bold.
Yeah, they're so quick, and they don't even have the counter grenades to hold on to this. They need the headshots right now on the CT side. Daps in the corner, fighting inside of the smoke. Breeze turning around to take down Jax. Somehow that actually works.
What a gutsy call to go for this B rush. I feel like G2 is like kind of lured into that just by the fact they've been able to at least take the bomb sites with relative ease a couple times in this half. Good kill from Shox. Can he find the follow-up? It doesn't matter. Flanks here. Tarek's going to close this down.
I don't even know. Daps was just firing that gun inside of the smoke and somehow coming out on top. That's big news. Well, yeah, normally you would have some counter grenades. I mean, normally there'd probably be a Molotov landing at the other end of Monster there. They just didn't have the grenades, NRG, because of the money. But look at this. He's just getting it perfectly. Really, really well done for NRG. I would have thought that was a gone round.
They're being real aggressive on the flanks, NRG.
Yeah.
G2, if they can ever get into a bomb site cleanly, they need to immediately spin and look at those flanks. Aggression from Tarek. Does he think this is a save round? This is madness. Why is he still running? Surely Kenny heard that. No, he didn't pass the information along. Oh, dear. Tarek got into this position so fast. Caution completely to the wind.
Oh.
He is going to get caught for it. Punished eventually, but Breeze now with the off angle. He's next up in the shadow again. They crouch into the angle. Lucky cannot confuse him enough, and now Breeze has to try and escape.
That's a really good shot.
This is a wild round.
Yeah, because Amanek in the meantime also caught whoever it was falling back on from the restrooms.
It was Breeze.
Yeah.
Well, 3-on-2, and Amanek with only 5 HP. He's going to be in the danger stairs, and Jax looking up over top. That's a really nice kill to get a dink. But he'll take the kill any day of the week. Daps and Ethan, 1 HE nade. An HE and 2 Molotovs for the terror side of G2. And now this splits the defense. Daps has to be, he's playing so dedicated to the bomb site. Ethan's at least playing retake on B, so he can hustle over now that this utility has been used. As Jax checked this late in the round, it feels like an unlikely position to be in, but now that Ethan is here, it gets so much more powerful, and look at the time.
Yeah, 15 seconds, so he either checks this with a headshot or they don't win the round. I don't think there's any other scenario. And he's going to be going down here. 8 seconds, somehow. Amanek still able, he fakes it out. He wants him to peek. That can actually work. That is very risky, but... Okay, well, but still, it's NRG winning with 1 person alive.
Yeah. They have not had a clean win in some time. 10-14, but the comeback is happening. It's underway. And G2 going to take a timeout. And actually, even despite the fact that it went down to just 1 player, there's actually a very strong buy coming out for the NRG side, as you can see on the screen there. Only 2 players really hurting for utility, but the weaponry is all fine. And G2...
What did they do?
It's not. This isn't something you're going to be critical about ever as a player. Obviously, that fake was designed. It did exactly what it wanted, a chance to win the round, but they could have really used that extra $800.
Yeah, it's true.
That would have been another buy.
All right, that's pretty quick.
They needed. I could not believe I just saw Tarek run that whole way.
Yeah. Man, Amanek, 29 kills. And we've only played 24 rounds, so he's gone... Well, he really wants to be in that grand final, doesn't he? It's not done yet. Amanek, speak of the devil. Got to be running all the way in. He does hide there. I don't know. Sometimes he'll turn the corner. I think there was a Molotov, so he probably didn't feel so comfortable with that. But even now, people sometimes forget to check it. If the CTs come back and look for it, you could overlook that corner.
There's no smoke, but there's 3 flashes, and I have to imagine Amanek from short is going to set it up for the flashbang to try and blind Breeze. We'll see how effective this is. It's coming out right now. He's blind. Oh, that's very effective. Jax gets the kill, but Daps, it's a narrow corridor. A good trade. Oh, Amanek, he does check right at the last second. Ethan is low. Got to hang out a little bit longer. The spam working out, but Kenny's got Nog as well, and there it is. Tarek's in a 1-on-2.
A very unlikely round. Somehow they make it work, and now Tarek... Can he save them this time? No, he's going to be going down. Shox and Kenny. A double kill for either player will put it at 15 rounds.
And how much pressure does that relieve from G2? They at least have overtime. They can't get eliminated in regulation. They have 5 chances to close this out. and Anders. This has been a story, long time coming. The economy for NRG, they were never able to secure it. They were never able to build anything up. And now they have to fight in this round only with pistols. Not even an SMG, barely any utility, one kit.
Yeah.
This is surely a French team in the grand finals here at Pro League Season 9.
They've been looking so good here on this final map, and NRG, they can't keep up. Cirque and Tarek are going to be all that is left here. 2 versus 5, and as you said it, with no economy. They strung together a bunch of rounds, but they lost almost everything every single time. This is the first semi-final. Obviously, the other team is going to be either Mouse Sports or Liquid. But having a French team in front of a French crowd, that is going to be something really worth watching. Kenny setting this one up. He's going to get the first one, and there is nothing left for Tarek that he could do. That bomb is ticking. It's going to be 16, and G2 right in the grand finals. Beautiful.